the quiet town of Grimsby, a legend circulated about a clown named Pennygrove, whose true story was far more terrifying than any circus act gone awry. Pennygrove was not just a performer. He was a specter of the town's darkest history, a figure whose appearances were marked by unexplained disappearances and a palpable sense of fear. Decades ago, Pennygrove was the star attraction of a traveling circus that visited Grimsby every summer. With his wide, unnerving smile and laughter that bordered on maniacal, he captivated and frightened in equal measure. But as the circus left, children began to vanish, only to return weeks later, unable to recall where they had been, speaking only in hushed tones of a clown who danced in their dreams. As years passed, the circus stopped visiting, but the legend of Pennygrove grew. Parents whispered his name to frighten children into obedience, and teenagers dared each other to venture into the abandoned circus grounds at night, searching for signs of the eerie clown. One autumn evening, a group of high school friends, led by the daring and curious Emily, decided to challenge the legend of Pennygrove. Armed with flashlights and a camera, they ventured to the old circus grounds, where tattered tents and rusted rides stood silent, swallowed by overgrowth. The air was thick with mist and the echo of distant laughter as they explored, the ground crunching underfoot, leading them to the main tent. Its once vibrant stripes faded and torn. Inside, they found remnants of the circus's past glory, scattered props, broken seats, and a stage that bore the imprint of countless performances. Drawn to the center of the tent, Emily and her friends discovered a painted wooden box, large enough for a person to hide inside. As they approached, the laughter grew louder, a disembodied sound that seemed to come from nowhere and everywhere. The box creaked open on its own, revealing an empty, shadowed interior. Yet, as they peered inside, the laughter abruptly stopped, replaced by a suffocating silence. Feeling watched, they turned to leave, only to find themselves face to face with the spectral image of Pennygrove. His once colorful costume was now tattered and gray, his makeup smeared, but his grin remained wide and unsettling. With eyes that glowed with a malevolent light, he stepped forward, his movements jerky and unnatural, as if he was both there and not, a phantom tethered to the circus. In a panic, the group fled, the sound of Pennygrove's laughter chasing them through the abandoned grounds, his twisted visage appearing and disappearing among the tents and rides. They escaped the circus grounds, but the encounter haunted them. The image of the clown seared into their memories. The next day, Emily returned to the circus alone, drawn by a mix of fear and fascination. The grounds were silent, with no sign of Pennygrove or the malevolent energy from the night before. However, as she neared the main tent, she found the wooden box again. But this time, it was securely locked, its surface scratched, as if something inside desperately wanted to get out. Emily's encounter with Pennygrove marked the beginning of a series of events that reignited the old fears of Grimsby. As the clown seemed to emerge from the shadows of legend into reality, his presence no longer confined to the abandoned circus grounds. The story of Pennygrove was far from over, and the true horror of the clown that haunted Grimsby was only just beginning to unfold. In the small town of Marrowville, known for its quaint charm and tight-knit community, the annual Carnival was the highlight of the year, eagerly anticipated by all. But this year, something was different. A new attraction appeared, unannounced and shrouded in mystery. A tent emblazoned with the image of a grinning clown, its eyes too sharp, too knowing to be merely painted fabric. This clown, known as Whispers, was not the jolly entertainer of children's parties, but a relic from a bygone era of the Carnival's dark past. Local legend whispered of a clown who once walked the fairgrounds of Marrowville, delighting and terrifying in equal measure, whose laughter was said to be heard long after the Carnival had left town, and whose sudden disappearance remained an unsolved enigma. As the Carnival buzzed with life and lights, the tent of Whispers stood apart, a beacon of curiosity and unease. Children dared each other to peek inside, while adults recounted old stories of the mysterious clown who had once been the Carnival's star attraction, only to vanish one stormy night, leaving behind nothing but a trail of whispered tales and unease. Late one evening, as the Carnival began to wind down, a local teenager named Sam, intrigued by the legends and bolstered by the bravado of youth, decided to visit Whisper's tent. Pushing aside the heavy velvet curtain, Sam entered a world removed from the bright lights and laughter outside. Inside, the air was thick with the smell of stale popcorn and the cloying scent of old makeup. Dimly lit lanterns cast flickering shadows, and at the center of it all stood Whispers, life-sized and too real, perched atop a small stage. Sam, feeling a mix of fascination and fear, approached the figure, noting the intricate details of its costume, the faded colors of its garb, and the unsettling realism of its face, painted in a perpetual grin that seemed to mock his courage. As he reached out a tentative hand, the air shifted, the silence of the tent broken by a soft, wheezing giggle that seemed to come from nowhere and everywhere at once. Startled, Sam stepped back, his heart racing as the figure of Whispers appeared to lean forward, its eyes locking onto his with an intensity that belied its inanimate nature. The tent seemed to grow smaller, the exit further away, as if the space itself was bending to the will of the entity within. Then, without warning, the laughter stopped, replaced by a low, melodic voice that whispered secrets only Sam could hear. Tales of the clown's past, of a time when it was not just a figure of fun, but a creature of shadow and sorrow, bound to the Carnival by a pact sealed in silence and blood. Sam, now caught in the web of Whisper's tale, felt an inexplicable pull to uncover the truth behind the legends, to unravel the mystery of the clown that had haunted Marrowville for generations. As he left the tent, the laughter of Whispers followed him, a haunting echo that lingered in his ears, promising that the story was far from over, that the true horror of the clown was yet to be revealed. Sam's encounter with Whispers marked the beginning of an obsession that would consume him. The clown's whispered tales hinted at a history intertwined with Marrowville itself, suggesting that the clown's fate was tied to a dark chapter in the town's past that had been buried in time. Compelled to learn more, Sam delved into the local archives, poring over dusty tomes and old newspapers, uncovering snippets of history that hinted at a series of mysterious disappearances in Marrowville around the time Whispers was last seen. Each disappearance coincided with the carnival's visit, and every account mentioned a clown who could make anyone laugh, cry, or scream with just a glance. As the days passed, Sam's nights were filled with dreams of Whispers, whose haunting visage blurred the line between nightmare and reality. In these dreams, the clown beckoned him towards the shadowy heart of the carnival, promising answers and revealing glimpses of a hidden truth shrouded in sorrow and madness. Determined to unravel the mystery, Sam returned to the carnival, now a place of dread rather than delight. He sought out the oldest carnies, those whose eyes flickered with the knowledge of unspoken secrets. One such figure was Old Man Carver, a carny who had been with the carnival since his youth. Carver, with a voice like gravel and eyes like faded glass, spoke of Whispers not as a mere performer, but as an entity born from the carnival's very soul, a manifestation of the collective joy, fear, and despair of its patrons. According to Carver, Whispers was bound to the carnival by a tragic event, a fire that had claimed a tent full of laughing and screaming patrons, their emotions fueling the birth of the entity that would become the clown. Since then, Whispers existed in the liminal space between laughter and screams, an echo of the carnival's heart that could not be silenced or forgotten. Fueled by Carver's revelations, Sam ventured deeper into the carnival grounds, drawn to the place where the fire had occurred, now an empty lot, the ground scarred and barren. As he stood there, the air grew chill, and the distant sound of carnival music twisted into a discordant melody, punctuated by laughter and cries that seemed to emanate from the ground itself. Sam felt the veil between past and present thinning, the history of joy and tragedy merging in the figure of Whispers, who, he now understood, was more than a ghost or a ghoul, but the heart of the carnival made manifest, feeding on the emotions of those who dared to enter its realm. As the night deepened, Sam realized that the story of Whispers was not just a tale of horror, but a saga woven into the fabric of Marrowville, a narrative that held the key to understanding the true nature of the clown. With each step he took, the laughter of Whispers echoed in the darkness, a reminder that the line between amusement and horror was as thin as the smile of a clown. And the story of Whispers, like the carnival itself, was far from over. As Sam stood in the silent lot where the fire had once raged, the laughter and screams of the past seemed to swirl around him, the essence of Whispers permeating the air. The boundary between the present and the memories of the carnival's tragic history became blurred, and Sam found himself walking a tightrope between the tangible world and the echoes of the past. Driven by an insatiable need for answers, Sam's investigation took him beyond the carnival, to the heart of Marrowville, where he discovered that the town and the carnival were more deeply connected than anyone realized. Old property records and forgotten journals hinted at a pact between the town's founders and the carnival, a pact that promised prosperity in exchange for the town hosting the carnival and its dark secret. This secret, Sam learned, was tied to the origins of Whispers, who was not just a creation of the carnival's collective psyche, but potentially a spirit or entity that had been summoned to bring life to the carnival, to be its soul, ensuring its continued return to Marrowville year after year. The more Sam uncovered, the more he felt Whisper's presence in his life, not just in dreams, but in fleeting glimpses in mirrors and shadows at the edge of his vision. It was as if the clown was slowly infiltrating his reality, a haunting figure that was both terrifying and mesmerizing. One night, as the carnival lights flickered and the town of Marrowville slept, Sam was drawn back to the tent of Whispers. Inside, the air was thick with the scent of cotton candy and popcorn, mingling with the less tangible aromas of fear and anticipation. The tent was alive with the whispered voices of the past, telling stories of joy, sorrow, and terror. In the center of the tent stood Whispers, its painted face more lifelike in the dim light, its eyes seeming to follow Sam's every move. The clown spoke directly to him, its voice a symphony of every laugh and cry it had ever elicited. It told Sam of its birth from the ashes of tragedy, its existence fueled by the spectrum of human emotion, bound to the carnival, and through it, to Marrowville itself. Whispers offered Sam a choice: to join it in the eternal dance of the carnival, to become part of its legacy of laughter and fear, or to continue his quest for the truth, which would lead him to the very heart of the pact that bound the town and the carnival together. This choice, Whispers hinted, would reveal the true nature of their connection and the reason for the clown's persistent presence in Marrowville. Torn between the allure of understanding the full scope of the carnival's mysteries and the dread of becoming consumed by them, Sam stood at a crossroads, the laughter of Whispers echoing in his ears. The story of the clown and Marrowville, steeped in a history of joy and horror, was unfolding, its next chapter waiting to be written in the shadows of the carnival's tent. As Sam contemplated Whisper's offer, the boundaries of the tent seemed to expand, enveloping him in a world where the carnival's history played out like a living tapestry. Images of past celebrations merged with scenes of hidden rituals, revealing the dual nature of the carnival as a place of public spectacle and a beacon for darker, more arcane practices. The choice Whispers presented was not just about joining the carnival, but about delving into the very essence of its existence, exploring the fine line between the joy it brought to the masses and the fear it instilled in the few who knew its true purpose. Whispers, as the embodiment of this duality, promised to guide Sam through the layers of history, to show him the origins of the pact and the reason for the clown's enduring presence. Driven by a mix of fear and fascination, Sam decided to follow the path of knowledge, to understand the full story of the carnival and its connection to Marrowville. As he made his decision, the tent around him seemed to pulse with life, its fabric rippling as if breathing, and the ground beneath his feet shifting, guiding him deeper into the heart of the carnival's mystery. Sam's journey led him through a surreal landscape that blended elements of the carnival's vibrant history with the shadowy corners of its past. He witnessed the arrival of the first carnival in Marrowville, a grand affair that brought light and laughter to the town. And he saw the secret meetings of the town's founders with mysterious, cloaked figures, discussions that laid the foundation for the pact. Each step took him closer to understanding Whispers' true nature. The clown was not just a creation of the carnival, but a guardian of the pact, a keeper of the balance between the joy the carnival brought to the public and the sacrifices made in the shadows to sustain that joy. The deeper Sam ventured into this journey, the more the lines between past and present blurred, with time folding in on itself, revealing the cyclical nature of the carnival's history. He saw generations of townsfolk, each playing their part in upholding the pact, their faces illuminated by carnival lights, their eyes shadowed by secrets. As the night waned, Sam found himself at the core of the carnival's essence, standing before an ancient artifact that seemed to be the source of the pact's power. It was an object of both exquisite beauty and ominous dread, pulsating with an energy that resonated with Whispers' laughter. Here, at the heart of the carnival, Sam realized that the story of Whispers and Marrowville was not just a tale of fear and curiosity, but a profound narrative about the human condition, reflecting the eternal dance of light and darkness, joy and despair. The clown, Whispers, with its ever-present smile and knowing eyes, had become the custodian of this legacy, waiting for someone like Sam to uncover the truth and decide the future of the pact and the carnival itself. The story of Sam and Whispers was far from over, their fates intertwined in the continuing saga of the carnival and Marrowville, a narrative steeped in mystery and horror, waiting for the next chapter to unfold under the watchful gaze of the clown that knew all too much. Under the eerie glow of the carnival lights, Sam wrestled with the decision Whispers laid before him. The laughter and screams of the clown echoed in his mind, blurring the lines between the physical world and the spectral realm that Whispers inhabited. Each whisper seemed to pull him deeper into the tapestry of the carnival's enigmatic history, intertwining his fate with that of Marrowville and the enigmatic clown. Compelled by a desire to unearth the truth, Sam chose to pursue the hidden depths of the pact between the town and the carnival. As he made his decision, Whisper's grin seemed to widen, its eyes gleaming with an otherworldly light, as if the clown had anticipated this choice all along. Sam's journey led him to the old town hall's archives, where he discovered a sealed section, long forgotten and covered in dust. Within these hidden records, he found the original agreement, detailed in faded ink and old photographs, revealing the founders of Marrowville and the original carnival proprietors shaking hands, their faces obscured by time, but their intent clear. The pact was more than a business arrangement. It was was a ritualistic bond that promised prosperity to Marrowville in exchange for hosting the carnival and nurturing Whispers, the embodiment of the carnival spirit. As Sam delved deeper into the archives, he uncovered personal journals of the town's founders, detailing the early days of the carnival and its peculiar influence on the town. They spoke of Whispers with a mix of reverence and fear, describing the clown as a guardian of the carnival's magic and a keeper of balance between joy and terror. The more Sam understood, the more he realized that Whispers was not merely a creation of the carnival, but a sentinel, bound to protect and perpetuate the legacy of both the carnival and Marrowville. This understanding brought a new level of dread, as it became clear that the clown's presence was not just an act of haunting, but a necessity, a keystone in the arch of the town's history and survival. Driven by an unstoppable need to confront the full reality of the situation, Sam returned to the carnival grounds at midnight, when the boundary between the worlds was thinnest. The carnival was silent, a stark contrast to the cacophony of sounds and lights of its daytime facade. As he walked towards Whisper's tent, the ground seemed to pulse under his feet, the heartbeat of the carnival syncing with his own. Inside the tent, Whispers awaited, its form shimmering between the corporeal and the ethereal. The clown spoke not in words, but in visions, showing Sam the carnival through the ages, its laughter and screams echoing through time, the joy and fear of generations feeding its power and maintaining the balance between the two worlds. Sam realized that his role was not merely to uncover the past, but to accept a part in its ongoing narrative. Whispers, the tent, and the carnival itself were all part of a larger, living history, with each person's experience adding to its legacy. As dawn approached, the carnival began to stir, the first signs of life returning to its grounds. Sam, standing in the center of Whisper's tent, knew that the story was far from over. The true nature of the pact and its consequences for both Marrowville and himself were threads in a larger tapestry still being woven, with Whispers as the guiding hand in the shadows, ensuring the carnival's legacy endured, bridging the gap between the past and the future, between laughter and fear. As the first light of dawn filtered through the canvas of the tent, Sam's connection to Whispers and the carnival deepened. The histories of the town and the mysterious entity intertwining further. With each revelation, Sam felt as though he was peeling back layers of a long-forgotten truth, each layer revealing more of the complex relationship between Marrowville and the enigmatic clown. In the quiet of the early morning, Whispers appeared to Sam not as a spectral figure of fear, but as a guardian of a sacred tradition, its existence a testament to the town's hidden depths. The clown revealed to Sam the cyclical nature of their bond with Marrowville, showing him how each generation of townsfolk and carnival goers had unwittingly played their part in a grand, cosmic performance. Sam was shown visions of the past, where Whispers interacted with different individuals, some of whom were ancestors of current Marrowville residents. These interactions were not just mere entertainments, but intricate dances of fate, steering the town's destiny. Each laugh, scream, and whisper, collected by the clown, was a thread in the fabric of Marrowville's history, woven into a entity intimated to Sam that his own role was pivotal, that his seeking of the truth was a preordained part of the ongoing saga. Whispers hinted at an approaching climax, a moment in time where Sam would need to make a decision that would affect not only his own fate, but the destiny of Marrowville and the Carnival itself. As the day broke and the Carnival slowly came to life, Sam left the tent with a heavy heart, his mind swirling with the revelations of the night. The town, still asleep, was oblivious to the nocturnal communion between man and myth. Sam realized that he was now a bridge between the two worlds, carrying the knowledge of the town's secret protector and the burden of the choice that lay ahead. In the days that followed, strange occurrences began to ripple through Marrowville, subtle at first, then growing more pronounced. Items from the Carnival's past turned up in the town's present, blurring lines between then and now. Residents reported seeing glimpses of whispers in broad daylight, a figure watching from the shadows, its presence no longer confined to the Carnival grounds or the veil of night. Sam felt the gaze of whispers upon him, a constant reminder of the decision that awaited. The clown, once a figure of distant horror, had become a constant, enigmatic companion in his thoughts, a guide and a harbinger of the unknown future. The town of Marrowville, once a place of simple routines and familiar faces, had transformed in Sam's eyes into a stage set for a historical revelation, with each resident playing an unwitting role in a story whose ending was yet to be written. The Carnival, with whispers at its heart, was the nexus of this story, a place where joy and terror, past and present, reality and legend, converged into a single haunting melody. The tale of Marrowville and its clown was far from over, with Sam at the center of a narrative that promised to reveal the true nature of Whispers and the Carnival, a story that would decide the fate of both the town and the legacy of its mysterious, eternal guardian. As the first light of dawn filtered through the canvas of the tent, casting a kaleidoscope of colors across the space, Sam stood face to face with Whispers. The clown, now a complex symbol of Marrowville's history and its compact with the Carnival, seemed to exist in a state of flux, embodying both the joy and terror that fueled its existence. With the revelations of the night heavy on his mind, Sam realized that his connection to Whispers and the Carnival was more profound than mere curiosity. It was as if he had been drawn to this moment, chosen to uncover and perhaps resolve the entwined destinies of the town and the Carnival entity. Whispers, sensing Sam's realization, began to transform the space around them, peeling back the layers of reality to reveal the swirling energies of the pact that had bound the town and the Carnival across generations. Sam witnessed the flow of time around the Carnival, seeing the echoes of joy, fear, sadness, and excitement that had permeated the air, fueling Whispers and binding it to the physical world. The clown revealed to Sam that the pact was nearing a critical juncture, a time when the balance between the Carnival's magic and Marrowville's prosperity was to be renegotiated. The town's fate, it seemed, was directly linked to the Carnival's, and Whispers was the mediator of this balance, the keeper of an ancient agreement that required renewal. As the carnival slowly came to life with the morning sun, Sam felt the weight of responsibility settling on his shoulders. He was to play a key role in the upcoming renegotiation, acting as the human counterpoint to whispers in the balance of joy and terror, prosperity and decline. The clown, its features ever shifting between mirth and malice, presented Sam with a choice: to embrace his role in this cosmic play and aid in the renewal of the pact, ensuring Marrowville's continued prosperity at the cost of becoming part of the carnival's legacy, or to reject it, potentially altering the town's destiny and unbinding the threads that tied it to the carnival's mystique. Torn between the desire to preserve his town's legacy and the fear of losing himself to the carnival's endless cycle, Sam stepped out of the tent into the breaking day, the laughter of whispers echoing behind him, a reminder of the thin line between joy and horror. The carnival, now stirring with the morning's activity, seemed to watch Sam with 1,000 unseen eyes, its fate and that of Marrowville hanging in the balance. The story of Sam, Whispers, and the town's eerie pact continued to unfold. The next chapter yet to be written under the watchful gaze of the carnival's sentinel, the clown whose laughter mingled with the morning mist, hinting at the deep-seated mysteries still to be unraveled. As the first light of dawn crept into the tent, casting a soft glow on Whisper's painted face, Sam came to understand the full depth of his connection to the carnival and the town. The revelations of the night had shown him that the line between joy and terror, reality and legend, was as delicate as the silk of a clown's costume, as intricate as the patterns of laughter and screams that echoed through the years. With the knowledge of the pact and its binding legacy, Sam realized that his role was not to end the story of Whispers or the carnival, but to ensure its continuation, to maintain the balance that had been established generations ago. The clown, a sentinel of this balance, was not a figure to be feared or destroyed, but respected and understood as a vital part of Marrowville's history and future. In the quiet of the early morning, Sam made a decision. He would become the custodian of the carnival's legacy, the bridge between the town and the enigmatic entity that was Whispers. He would ensure that the pact was honored, not out of fear, but out of respect for the tradition and the necessary balance it provided. Whispers, sensing Sam's acceptance of his role, offered a final, silent nod, its eyes softening in the breaking light. The tent, once a place of eerie whispers and shadowed corners, now seemed less ominous, more a sanctuary of memories and histories intertwined. Sam left the tent as the carnival awoke, its lights and sounds reigniting for another day. He walked through the fairgrounds with a new purpose, seeing the laughter and screams not as mere reactions of the carnival goers, but as the lifeblood of a living, breathing entity that connected them all. The story of Sam and Whispers became a new legend in Marrowville, one not of horror, but of understanding and acceptance. The carnival continued to thrive, its mystery and allure enriched by the true story of its guardian clown and the young man who had uncovered the truth. As years passed, the tale of the horrifying true clown horror story of Marrowville was told and retold, each version adding layers to the legend. But at its heart was the story of Sam and Whispers, a reminder that beneath the surface of fear lies a deeper story of respect, balance, and the unbreakable bonds of history and community.